Hey everyone, this is Cody Smith with Strong Programmer. I will be releasing my new website, strongprogrammer.com, very shortly. I think I could actually, if I can make the time, I think I could actually probably have it up in the next 1 or 2 weeks. So this is just my first video for Strong Programmer on YouTube, and what Strong Programmer is going to represent is it's going to go into details about certain areas or aspects and concepts and certain design concepts that have to relate with JavaScript, including JavaScript objects, JavaScript arrays, JavaScript loops, JavaScript conditional statements, um, JavaScript primitive types. We're also going to go into JavaScript functions, the different ways you can declare a function, and maybe even some of the benefits of why. Sometimes it's just preference as far as the functions. I won't go into that too much right now. I am what you would probably call definitely a JavaScript junior developer at this point. Today is December 18th, 2017, and looks like it's about 6:14 a.m. Central Time. I live in Arkansas, and so I've been doing JavaScript for about a year and a half now, if I had to guess, without actually adding a date up. But so just take everything that I tell you with a grain of salt. This is what I find to be true and the best way to do it from my experience. But I'm still a learning JavaScript developer myself. But I wanted to create this channel to be able to share with everyone out there what I've learned more than anything and how I visualize it. I welcome all comments. Please be positive in nature, but I don't care to have some criticism if I need it. You guys might actually correct me on stuff as well. But I will have almost kind of like educational or scripting videos, on JavaScript. I just started diving into the Node.js runtime environment that Google created, and I'm really just getting into the basics of it. So in the future, I think you'll see me creating full applications with Node.js, and I'll probably be using a lot of packages from NPM, the Node Package Manager. It's actually not really considered that anymore, but it's still called NPM. But it's the largest ecosystem of basically software packages in the world. So I'll be using a lot of that with Node.js, but I'll be creating a lot of stuff from scratch as well from Node.js, because that's what I want to do. That's where my passion is to create stuff from start as well. So we'll probably be going over a lot of objects that are more native objects that relate to Node.js in the future as well. But stay tuned. I think I'm going to start off my channel from this point forward with a lot of videos about JavaScript regular expressions. I think a lot of new developers probably don't realize how important that is, and don't really understand the full concept of all the special characters that relate to JavaScript regular expressions. And for me, the reason I feel like they're one of the most important things is because anytime you're working with forms, which any kind of web application or anything where you accept user input or the user is interacting with it, I feel like a lot of times, not always, a lot of times they could be using their keyboard, or it could be more based on mouse clicks, for events. But a lot of times, if they're supplying any kind of information to you, as far as like a string or text, they're using forms. So I think regular expressions in JavaScript are extremely important because they can tell the user errors in words if they're entering the right kind of information or if they enter too much information and stuff like that. So they can help the user as they're typing in real time. And even if they might think that that's the information that the program wants, like just for an example, they could be typing. Your program might need some kind of number, like maybe you created a program to calculate a person's body fat percentage. I'm sorry. your program might be set up to where it only accepts number characters, but in reality, everybody's different and everybody thinks different. So they could land on your website and be using your program for the first time, and they could see a weight field that says, enter your weight, and they could start typing in, let's say they weigh 200 pounds. They could start typing in 200 pounds, as a word, as a string in JavaScript, you would say. But your program might only accept number characters, so it might want you to put 200.00 if you were doing it in pounds, or just 200 for 200 pounds. You get what I'm saying? But you can also make your program accept both of those inputs, but that's going to be more coding and stuff as well. But if they start typing in a string like a word like 200 pounds, and your program only accepts number characters, you can create an alert instantly and tell the user the right format, and that you only accept number characters, not word characters. But you'd obviously want to not talk about all the JavaScript syntax definitions. You want to be really user friendly, because they may know nothing about JavaScript. But you kind of get my point there. So I think that's a really good point for my channel to start there. And I'm really excited about regular expressions, and I feel like I'm getting pretty good with them. I'm not an expert, but I feel like I'm getting pretty good with them. So we'll be going over JavaScript regular expression meta characters. We'll be going over JavaScript regular expression quantifiers. We'll be going over JavaScript regular expression brackets, and we will be going over JavaScript regular expression meta characters, brackets, quantifiers. That's going to sum up most of it right there. But I'll be teaching you how to reformat text as well. So if a user enters like a phone number and you want it displayed or formatted in a certain way, as long as they enter the right amount of characters and it's a valid phone number for whatever you specify that is the valid phone number, your program can rewrite it and display it with the correct format, considering that they don't put any dashes like in between their numbers or curly brackets around the area code, stuff like that. You can reformat it where it does look that way to the user and makes it look cleaner, stuff like that. So I think that'll be it for today, guys. And just keep in mind, I always try to use the most logical, best way that I know of how to do. But I'm still learning JavaScript developer. I do feel like I will be. I think 6 months or a year from now, I'll be a different person than I am now, because I'm spending so much time on learning JavaScript development. But I think I'm about to switch most of my time over to Node.js, even though I don't feel like I'm 100% expert at JavaScript. I feel like I'm very proficient in the basics of JavaScript, and I'm still learning in that area. But I'm also dived into jQuery as well. So in jQuery, is just a JavaScript library. You actually have to connect to the API in your HTML document to be able to use the methods and properties there. But let's not go into that too much either. And I'll get better at making these videos. You can kind of tell as something pops up in my mind, I'll start talking about it. That's my ADD, guys. But feel free to email me or comment in the questions. I'll help if I can. And stay tuned for all my new content. I'm going to release it absolutely free on the YouTube channel. And that'll be it, guys. Thank you.